Today, Amazon.com is known around the globe as one of the most successful e-commerce businesses of all time. But while most people are inspired by its success, they forget that the company failed to turn an actual profit for the first 5 years of its running.
We haven't had any existential crises, knock on wood. I don't want to jinx anything. But we've had a lot of kind of dramatic events.
Welcome to the AF Empire channel, where we focus on influencers, stars, and famous people. If you're interested in this kind of content, then this channel is for you. Make sure to like this video, click on the subscribe button, and turn on the notification bell to keep you updated on our recent uploads. Now, let's get right into Jeff Bezos and the success story of his empire. A brief intro of Jeff Bezos. Jeffrey Preston Bezos, more commonly known as Jeff Bezos, has a net worth of $114.5 billion in 2022, which is more than the entire GDP of certain countries.
I'm focusing on those things that I think make Amazon unusual.
Majority of his wealth comes from the successes of his first and most precious brain baby, Amazon.com. Born in 1964 in Albuquerque, New Mexico, Jeff Bezos' hustler spirit is said to be inspired by his immigrant stepfather, Michael Bezos, who worked many odd jobs to put himself through university when he arrived to the US from Cuba.
By the time I was 16, of course, I was actually helping on the ranch. I can fix prolapsed cattle. We did all of our own veterinary work.
Bezos showed a knack for technology and innovation ever since he was a kid, and his parents encouraged it. He graduated with honors from his high school and enrolled at Princeton University to study physics, but decided that the subject was too hard and double majored in electronics and computer science instead. He graduated from Princeton summa cum laude in 1986, and in the years that followed took several important positions, including being a computer specialist for the Wall Street investment firm of D.E. Shaw & Company, which eventually led to him being the youngest vice president in the firm's history.
This actually sounds like a really good idea to me, but it sounds like it would be a better idea for somebody who didn't already have a good job.
The idea of Amazon. The idea for Amazon came to Bezos in 1994, when the internet was only just beginning to expand. Bezos has said that the idea was a result of his regret minimization framework, which basically says that he doesn't want regrets in his old age. And at that particular point, he didn't want to regret not having participated in the emerging internet phenomenon. Hence, Bezos quit his job as vice president of a major firm and began working on his own business idea.
He convinced me to think about it for 48 hours before making a final decision. And so, I'd already talked to my wife about this, and she was very supportive and said, look, you can count me in 100%, whatever you want to do. It's true, she had married this kind of, fairly stable guy and a stable career path, and now he wanted to go do this crazy thing, but she was 100% supportive.
Bezos originally decided that his internet company would be called Cadabra Inc. because he wanted the name to sound magical. However, after a lawyer misheard the name as cadaver, Bezos decided to change it to Amazon, after the largest river in the world. Bezos also decided on the name Amazon because a name starting from A would be at the top of alphabetized lists.
You're thinking of names, right? And you were thinking abracadabra?
Yeah, so the first name of the company was Cadabra Inc., and it comes second half of abracadabra. But when I called the lawyer on his cell phone and said Cadabra Inc., he said, cadaver? And was pretty obvious that wasn't a very good name.
One of the major things that pushed Bezos to start Amazon was a report he read, which said that the future of the internet had an estimated annual web commerce growth of 2,300%. Bezos immediately made a list of promising products which his business could sell, which included compact disc, computer hardware, computer software, videos and books, and in the end, Bezos decided on books, due to the low unit price for books and the huge number of titles available in print.
I picked books because there were more items in the book category than any other category, and so you could build universal selection. There were 3 million in 1994 when I was pulling this idea together, 3 million different books active and in print at any given time. And the largest physical bookstores only had about 150,000 different titles. And so I could see how you could make a bookstore online with universal selection. Every book ever printed, even the out-of-print ones, was the original vision for the company. And so that's why books.
Beginnings of Amazon. To start Amazon off, Bezos needed financial capital of $1 million, which he got from his friends and family as investments. His parents in particular invested $300,000, despite Bezos being brutally honest that there was a 70% chance the company could fail. Bezos' talents had shined throughout his life thus far, and hence he had the faith of his family and friends.
I've won that lottery. I won that lottery of having so many people in my life who have given me that unconditional love. And
in July 1995, Bezos launched Amazon, with the company operating out of the garage of Bezos' home in suburban Seattle, Washington. With no major publicity involved, sales began almost immediately, and Bezos has said that he knew within the first few days they were on to something huge.
I knew that the books business was going to be successful in the first 30 days. I was shocked at how many books we sold.
Within 2 months of its launch, the company had sold books to all 50 states of the US and to 45 countries internationally. The round figure of sales after 2 months of running was up to $20,000 per week. In October of 1995, the company announced itself publicly, and its first public offering of capital stock came 2 years later in May of 1997 at $18 per share, trading under the Nasdaq Stock Exchange symbol AMZN.
At the peak of the internet bubble, our stock peaked somewhere around $113.
Lawsuits and early problems. Amazon was soon the biggest book retailer on the planet, and that is exactly what the company called itself in its slogan, Earth's biggest bookstore. However, success came with the wrong kind of attention, as the company was sued by book giant Barnes & Noble, who said that Amazon's claim to be the world's largest bookstore was false because it wasn't a bookstore at all, rather a book broker. The lawsuit was followed by another suit from Walmart, who claimed that Amazon stole their trade secrets by hiring former Walmart executives. Both suits were settled out of court, and the former Walmart executives at Amazon were reassigned. However, the biggest problem that plagued Amazon was that since its inception in 1995 to the year 2000, Amazon was yet to turn a significant enough profit that would satisfy its investors. The growth of the company was slow in terms of profit, and investors were not happy. However, Bezos was well aware that his company was not going to make any major profits for the first 4 or 5 years and had planned accordingly. In 2001, due to the rise of so many internet companies and eager investors, a bubble had been created in the stock market. The details of it are hard to explain, but what's important to note is that when the bubble burst, all e-commerce companies took a major hit and most shut down.
And then after the internet bubble busted open, our stock went down to 6. It went from 113 to 6 in less than a year. My annual shareholder that year starts with a one-word sentence, and that one-word sentence is the word ouch.
Amazon was one of the few to survive through immediate measures taken by Bezos, such as laying off 1,300 employees and cutting costs in many other places. However, in the end of the year, which proved disastrous for most e-commerce companies, saw Amazon rise, as the company made its first profit of $5.1 million in the fourth quarter of 2001.
As the stock price was going the wrong way, everything inside the company was going the right way. And we didn't need to go back to the capital markets. We didn't need more money. The only reason, a financial bust like the internet bubble bursting is, makes it really hard to raise money, but, we already had the money we needed. So we just needed to continue to progress.
The profit, while modest, proved Bezos' methods and Amazon's potential, and the rest is, as they say, history. For more scoop of other famous YouTubers, subscribe to our AF Empire channel. See you guys next time.